getting another game with the black pieces, and against d4, gonna be trying out the Slav defense. So important to start with c6 so that I'm gonna be able to take with a pawn. That's like really important. And just knight f6 now. And opponent going for the early bg5. Again, bishop f5, not great because of many trades, followed by queen b3, which is gonna be a double attack. So I think against these lines, it's gonna be best to go dc. And against e3, we're gonna be playing b5. Against knight f3, I think same b5 could be interesting. Let's just do b5. Have a feeling with the bishop on g5, it should be working pretty well. And against e4, I wanted to do b4. Take the knight and try to win the e4 pawn. This just looks crashing already. If we're able to win that, take this, hit the bishop, and on bishop c4, maybe queen a5 could be annoying. b3 ideas. So let's see, I think he should play bishop c4. Okay, so against that, I think just queen a5. Idea to play b3 and then simply win the knight. So yeah, opponent in trouble for sure. Can take twice on c5 and win another pawn. Can throw in b3 and then knight e2. Is there like a c3 move? I don't think there is. Probably it's best to just take this twice. Yeah, just like take you with a queen. So 2 extra pawns from the opening. And on like rook c1, we still keep him with either bishop move. Only thing we need to avoid is not to play e6 because queen d8 would be a pretty funny checkmate. But was thinking whether we can actually throw in c3 or not. That is not like the most natural move ever, but I think we do this, just making sure pawn is defended, playing knight d7, making sure this is controlled, and we play like e6. Could also maybe do knight b6. Could also long castle. That's a bit unnecessary, but it's an option. Yeah, he plays b3. If we take, idea is that bishop hangs. So maybe just knight b6. Do we want a long castle? I think castling long is a bit unnecessary. Just came up with a stupid idea to play f6. Maybe try to push the pawns, but that's not necessarily how you should be playing. Maybe g6 is actually a pretty clever way to finish development. But still we'll need like a rook d8 kind of move. So I'm still like considering whether to start with it or not. Should probably just make a move. Burning quite a bit of time with this decision. But I have a feeling like f6 e5 is just strong because I'm gonna be keeping this bishop completely out of the game. So we should never play f6, but I think sometimes could be good. And how is g5? How bad is it? Or even how bad is h5? Then 94, no? Yeah. Okay. Gotta do this. Play some solid moves. That might have been a bit inaccurate. I think I probably allowed some queen a4 move, but I think this should be maybe simply bishop c8 or bishop b7 with knight b6. So queen a4 could look tempting now, I think, but just moving the bishop one step back be completely fine, I think. So he goes 92. Idea to play like 94. Thinking about this move. Hitting the bishop and making sure whenever he'll play 94, he will have to allow a queen trade. So we're definitely very happy to trade queens when we're having the extra pawn. We need to play something like knight c5 just to activate the knight. Taking away d square for the queen and bishop f3, I think long castle is strong. Sidestepping bishop takes and threatening queen d2. And this looks pretty juicy, yeah. So he's threatening this with check, but after long castle, not so easy to deal with. Queen takes on d2 plus after he moves the knight, I'm gonna be having winning endgames generally. Just cash in the free piece, he can give a check. I was thinking there's king c7 winning. Is it enough though? Starting to second guess myself here. So king c7 has to be played. He's gonna do rook d1. And after that, do we need to play h5? Maybe bishop c8 is like a strong move. So I mean, I could do king takes c6 most likely and rook d2 and I'm better. But that's just gonna be a mess. Should we go for the queen sack? Got two minors. There might be no need to go for that and just play queen g5. So queen g5, pawn takes, bishop b5, bishop d6. Should be okay. Yeah, I think this is important move. Now in case of queen f3, we've got a lot of time. And the end games with the extra piece should be relatively straightforward. I'll just try to exchange. If I was taking the bishop, rook would have hanged, so important to play bishop d6 first, and after the trade, we do have the extra knight, which should count for something. I'll just try to activate the rook. Infiltrate onto the second. Should we play cheeky move? There's king f1. So cheeky move is not great. And he's threatening a discovery. So maybe just sidestep. Idea to play rook e2 next. Hitting the pawn. He's trying to defend, but I think rook c2 is simplest move and we just win. c4 and he cannot defend both pawns. Tries a3, but instead of taking, I think even stronger to just go and try to get a queen. Play b2 on the next move, followed by rook c1. And, we're not only queening, but we managed to keep the queen, which is even nicer. Yeah, okay, managed to get a game. Okay, getting the black pieces against d4. Was about to say we're gonna be playing the Slav, but we get to face the London system, so I think I'll just show like pretty normal setup, just going for like a little copycat or Slav. And then I'll show you an idea that I think would work very well in the long run. I'm not interested to teach you any like sort of strange traps. Just wanna get you a solid opening and play a move that I think can perform really well. I don't want to play queen b6 kind of stuff. It's too tricky, and when they play knight e2, they no longer get bishop d3, so this is pretty comfortable for us. And on queen b3 can always play queen b6, and when they don't have the pawn on c4, they can never really force us to trade, so black should be definitely comfortable in these lines. Just gonna go knight d7. Not particularly afraid of knight h4. And okay, he's going for it. That is fine. I mean, I could just step back. Could also go bg4 and try to force some weakening by him. Could also do bishop e4 maybe. Knight e4, d4. Could try that. Play against his pieces. Yeah, okay, let's actually give this one a try. I feel like this could end up trapping his knight on the edge. And if he plays f3, then that's definitely a bit weakening. And now the idea was to capture it this way. So next up, just looking forward to do something like this, and the knight gets trapped. It's actually not easy at all to bring it back into the game. So now I think we're just winning because g5 is not only a fork, but also the knight gets trapped. So can just get to win a piece. Too bad I haven't took on b3 in the first place because that was forcing an endgame, but I guess he's also not gonna run away. So we're about to collect the extra piece. Just trade queens. Make sure you get into the endgame because it's gonna be really easy to win. Make sure that the knight doesn't drop, and he's gonna be dropping one of these bad boys over here. So yeah, I can just pick up the e3 pawn. But I think to go for the fork. There's like a pretty big threat to just win his rook. Plus, bishop exchange. Also could do bishop e7. So basically, when we're having the extra piece, we just wanna trade as many things as we can. So we could go for the trade, but definitely winning it for free is even better. So I'm gonna go for the little fork over there, winning another piece. And yeah, that's basically, I think, quite a nice idea that you can use against the London. Just try to play like the copycat. Say they do like more standard London, like in my course, for instance. Okay, you'll be wondering, but okay, what do you recommend against your own course? So let's say they're playing in like the copycat version. Whenever they play bishop d3, I think the move knight e4 performs quite well, especially in lower rated games, because what will happen quite a lot, people end up doing either something like this when they take and you win a piece for free, or they could do like, let's say, c3 move, allowing thematic tactics like knight f2. This is also, you can do it from the white side or for the other side as well, as we do it here. And okay, in my course we have a bit of a trickier approach to deal with this. I think I actually came up with a pretty good move, even though the engine thinks this line is playable for black. I think it's pretty testing after the move I recommend here for white, which is not a standard one for sure, but it is in one of these moves that you can see here on the screen, so I can tell you that. Okay, getting the black pieces. Opponent goes for queen spawn, and against this we're just gonna be playing the Slav, and we're gonna be playing my Slav. Meaning we're gonna go bishop f5 and try to play like a reversed London system. So against e3, it's actually one of the best ways to get the reversed London system. As you will see, we just set up the normal stuff. Okay, he goes knight h4. Against this bishop e4 is strong. Idea to take back with opponent, play against the knight. So we might just win a piece next if he doesn't play g3. That's just a huge threat. That's why on bishop e4, they are supposed to play f3, I think. Not the way my opponent played, but in general. So now this is simply huge threat. Finds g3. So he's not losing the piece immediately, but I don't think he's got a great position either. So I could be giving a check, bishop d2, queen a5. That's a line. Do I want to force the issue like this? I'm not sure. Might also very well just keep developing. If we see bishop g2, that's still like trapping the knight, because then g2 square won't be available. Hey, thank you for the sub. 6 freaking months in advance, dude. Thank you. Weak vegetables. It's actually vegetables, but thank you for that. Appreciate it, man. Okay, opponent goes c5, hitting the bishop, but giving away d5 square. So idea behind g3 is just not to lose the knight, so he can retreat on g2. That was literally the only thing. Now bishop d2, just put the knight onto the outpost. Still hoping bishop g2 so we can play g5 and trap this guy. Sequence e2, just hitting e4 pawn. Could either do f5 or use the other knight to defend. I think f5 is pretty good and strong. Thank you for that week, vegetables. Appreciate it, buddy. We're gonna be doing commentary on Dina's games while she's playing for a week, so you're gonna see me on her channel too, and hopefully we're gonna have her here in the future. Maybe we can beat her at something. I don't know. Maybe we can play some 8-ball pool, or I don't know. Chess doesn't seem to be the game to win, but I'll take anything at this point. So okay, opponent just goes knight g2, just castling. Yes, the fianchetto knight, but it was more of a necessity here after I took with the pawn, and I think we have very sort of comfortable position. When knight f4 happens, we can just take it and like bring the other knight to d5. Pawn's under attack. Bring the knight to d5. So yeah, I'm thinking that maybe could even think of ideas to play a5 here, even though that's not normally the Slav thing. We need to create some place somehow. I'll just play king h8. King h8, maybe that could wait. I'm thinking the bishop could be improved. So in case I'm not like ready to go g5 and f4, then the bishop doesn't make a lot of sense. But maybe we are ready for that. I mean, who cares at this point? Just go g5. It's really tough to understand. Like I was thinking, okay, queen d7, bishop d8, bishop f6 is pretty strong, but this might be better. Just trying to make some use of my pieces. Pretty risky, I know, but if you think about it this way, it's also not simple to find a spot for his king. Why didn't I take the free pawn? Well, because it's risky to take such pawns. Maybe it was doable. To be honest, I simply forgot. But bishop c3 and rook d1 coming, bishop c4. This can, just activate his bishop. It's risky with taking this sort of free pawn, so to speak. I think this way we're definitely getting more attack against his king. Okay, we have rook f3. That could be a big threat next. I feel like with this g5 f4 maneuver, we just brought all of our pieces to life, and opponent has some serious issues with his king. While queen f8 could be also pretty tempting here. So let's see. Yo, Navi, how's it going, buddy? How are you? I need to give them the song. Let's see if we can give them the song. Are you guys prepared? Let's see if you guys like this. Let's give them the song. We got a little something. This was made by Navi. I think we do this. Little trick. Bishop is just that. Alright, that was it. It was a quick song, but I think definitely very nice. See queen b2. I think to just play e3 and try to open it up. Not really afraid of my king being any under some sort of an attack because he's got like literally no pieces. Like what? He can play g6. Can even push the pawn. It's just like he has literally no pieces against my king. Sure, if we make some mistakes, the king could become weak, but we should be able to keep it under control, it feels. Now maybe not sure rook f3 was such a great move after all, but should be fine. Here I'm thinking. Okay, I think the way I played it, e3 is kind of the move. Otherwise, rook f3 doesn't make a lot of sense. Because could have played queen f8 and gained a tempo in the previous position. So fe3, rook e3, I'm thinking bishop e2, and then knight f4 kind of wins, I think. Yeah, just wins on the spot. Cannot do that. King f2 or king d2, but I think already there we should have a lot of wins. Yeah. King d2, queen f8, queen f4 looks winning, and yeah, this just knight f4 and collect the bishop. Rook g2 doesn't work because of knight g2, obviously, so I think opponent has no moves at this point. Oh, by the way, also this is in the position, among other things. Okay, opponent taking his time. There's clearly no defense against this. Do you think opponent just left? I don't think he left. I think he's genuinely looking for a way to defend. Oh, so he tries g6, but we can just take here and win his queen. So fought for so long, but not so efficient. He can just win his queen. Start collecting the pawns. Queen is joining. Enemy king is pretty weak. Just take. Could have played king h8, but no need for that. Start checking him and then bring the rook. Rook is coming over with tempo and should be able to mate with checks. Give a check, take on b4. Yeah, collect the pawn. Go queen c3. So now, I was wrong. I don't think we're mating with checks, but we can play rook d2 and he only has one check on f7. So, checks me here, go up, and then queen's covering this square. So now, no more checks for my opponent, and we should be able to mate him on the very next move, because that's a hanging rook, and queen b2 is unstoppable. Opponent resigns, and we manage to win the game. Okay, getting the black pieces. Opponent going for the queen's pawn, meaning that it's gonna be Slav defense time, and excited to deliver my favorite pet line. Going for the bishop f5 Slav, or when they go bishop g5, I'm calling it. We're gonna be winning a piece in 2 moves. Are you guys ready? Gonna be thinking this is nonsense, but I'm telling you, I can pre-move it. We're gonna be winning a piece in 2 moves from now. So, okay. Just waiting to collect my free piece. And there you go. There's your free piece. It always happens. You have to play this variation. I'm telling you. Last time I had a coaching session about this variation, I told my student about this line. Literally, the very next game he played, he got this in his game. It's absolutely insane how often this happens. If you guys are not playing this variation, you're missing out. I'm telling you. Just get developed. Okay, how do we win this easily? I want an easy win. I don't want to like even calculate this. Just bring the knight to f6. Protect the pawn. Go for this move. So I could trade, I could go aggressive with H pawn push, I could play E5. Many moves. So I think I might just play E5. I don't know. I don't want to go H5 because I'm going to scare him and he's going to play H5. I want him to castle. I know he's going to castle, so... okay, let's go here. No, that's not nice. I'm going to go G6, just waiting for him to castle and... oh, never mind. Never mind. By the way, I almost got my queen trap. Would have been a pity. G6 was dumb move. I forgot he can almost queen trap me. But it's fine. We've got the H6 square. I almost freaked out for a second, but no queen trap for opponent. He tried it though. That was a good try. Also could just do G5. But I mean bishop G7 simplest. So he takes, hitting my queen, just take back. Playing bishop G4 next. Also H5 now is even more appealing because there's no H pawn blocking. Okay, we see long castle. So I could just develop basically anywhere. Queen bishop e6 now, and long castle is perhaps the easiest way to do it. Could also short castle and play b5. I think that's maybe what I'm gonna end up doing. A short castle, queen e7, b5 should be good enough. Okay, knight h5, that's good idea for my opponent to exchange my knight. So opponent gave a free piece, but then he got mad and started playing much better. Too bad it's too late. Yeah, just queen g5, keeping this protected. I'm ready to unleash my pawns next. a5, b5. That is basically what we're about to do. Okay, I'm a man of my words, so we'll just do that. c5 was also interesting, but we'll do it this way. Yeah, so he's trying to block it. I could just take there. Kind of want to push, go for faster play. Yeah, just go like b3, sack a pawn, get room for my pieces. Now that we can bring the rooks, it should be pretty easy win. So yeah, he can grab, just take on b3, double up. Yeah, there's nothing really going on when I have fianchetto out bishop. He can even take on h7. We're never getting mated, so don't have to worry about such things. Just preparing rook b2. We see f4. Well, I think just queen g3 should be good enough. Threatening to take on e3 with check. He could try rook h3, but just take it. Rook e1, another move to defend, but rook b2, simplest. So goes bishop back. Okay, simply takes. He's got literally no threats, so we wanna do this. Gonna try maybe this, but then queen e3 is mating into. Bishop e4 with idea to attack and protect, but then e3 drops, and okay, so he tries same idea, almost. Again, like if his queen gets there, it's no problem. We're chilling, so just queen f2 should be okay. He can have h7 as long as you have a fianchetto bishop. Remember, there's no checkmate. This is that friend that you can literally call at any time during the night. He will answer. He'll get you what you need. This very nice bishop here. Remember, guys, no need to freak out when you have the fianchetto bishop. That's why it's such an important piece, and never really want to give it away for a knight. As long as your opponent's dark square bishop is on the board. Now, threatening to mate next. So, like, queen d3 could happen. And then we've got mate in many ways. I guess simplest is just rook a2, rook a1. Yeah, so he plays d5, but just get a checkmate in one, so we managed to get this one in. Okay, getting the black pieces, and okay, looks like we're gonna be getting another queen spawn. Time for the Slav. Are we gonna see a London system? I guess we will, but you never know. Okay, Jabava London incoming. Get ready. No, it's actually some kind of Richter Veresov. First time we see this kind of Richter Veresov thing. So they're going bishop g5. This is not like the best opening ever, but not the worst either. So from my knowledge, knight bd7 is the way to counter this. So we just take. Although there are some potential annoying lines there. So I think I'll just maybe give c6 a try. Just try to play it like a Slav, and if they take, we're gonna take with the e-pawn. Just play like a Caro-Kann. So I'm not really gonna be playing any theory. I'm just making this stuff up now. So let's see how opponent plays. Just try to play the typical Slav fashion. Yeah, so he takes. Okay, I'm fine with that. It's not my first time playing the Caro-Kann, and we do have the bishop pair as well. Now, we do take. It's pretty interesting because normally the knight takes, and now he's got the active knight. So that may give us some headaches. Could go bishop f5. I think just playing bishop f5 is reasonable. I think bishop f5. I don't think we should be concerned of queen e2 move. We just play bishop e7. So expecting like bishop d3 or even stuff like takes, I think should be good. Bishop d6, castle. With opposite colored bishops, I think you should be definitely fine in this Tartakova structure. We might see knight g3 very well. Okay, f3 shouldn't be the greatest move. Well, we're not gonna be taking that, obviously, but bishop d6 comes to mind. It doesn't feel great. I'll just do bishop e7 and castle. I don't want to give up the dark squared bishop like that. Maybe if he takes, that's fine. Maybe that's okay, but I just feel like, okay, let's play bishop e7 castle. So when they play g4, taking is definitely more likely to happen. I can take and castle. I feel like I want to keep. Maybe use this as a hook. Still with this pawn on f3, just look at the knight, how poor it is. Knight doesn't have any great squares. So taking on e4, you're kind of making your opponent's life a little bit easier, generally speaking. And against this, we have either bishop d5 or f5. I would say simply f5, maybe also having in mind such ideas. So this is a thing with check. Could be pretty annoying for my opponent. I think we're gonna do that, even though this is perfectly fine as well. He could do knight g3 and could be easier for him compared to what we can do in this line after check and castle. Gonna be pretty tricky for him to coordinate his pieces. So yeah, I don't really expect much else than bishop g2. Give a check. King f1, castle. I think we should have great compensation for the pawn there. This king's so weak. So he's trying to say that knight g3, he checks me back. But I've got a trick. Oh, so he doesn't check me. So if he was playing knight, I had king d7 and now both rook and rook e8 was a threat. So goes on to a walk. Let's just castle. Big threat to play rook e8. Knight f3, rook e8, knight h4, rook takes e4. Should be pretty good. Now just this, threatening to take and win pawn on d4. You could maybe play c3, like that should probably be the move. But probably queen e7. Not sure how he wants to reply to that. So yeah, just win the free piece now. Hit the queen. On queen e3, simply rook takes f4 should be fine. Yeah, just gonna be collecting. So he takes. Can take back either way. I think I'll do it this way. Just threatening rook d4. He's probably gonna take on d5 and then we get to win his queen. Could also try to play for the back rank with queen e3 or something, but we're not gonna allow it. Or also maybe rook e1 would be trickier. If I was him, I would play rook a e1. Last chance. If you don't try such cheapos, I mean, you're gonna always lose these games. Still was one chance. I'm pretty sure like 1 out of 10 opponents would have blundered here in 1400. So you've got to try out these little things, no matter the position. Okay, opponent resigns and we managed to get this one in.